are some of the things that artists can do with color in their paintings? Well, one thing is that they can use color to make things look flat and deep. How does that work? Well, artists studied colors and noticed that bright colors appear to come forward and that hazy, pale, and bluish colors seem to go back. Here's how it works. Say you got a tree on top of a hill, like this one. Now, if you want to make that tree look far away, you can't draw it in the same color, the same bright green. Watch. Okay, now I'm driving off into the slightly bluish-gray, hazy hills. So, now that we're a little further away, you can see that the two trees are no longer the same color. So if you want something to look further away, one thing you can do is paint it hazier, paler colors. Cut!
Okay, to create a city that looks like it's going off into the distance, to create that haze, what we're going to do is we're going to do a foreground, middle ground, and background. We're going to start with the very furthest back, which is the sky, and it's this piece of cardstock here. Now, on the back, I want you to write your name and class code in crayon. And then flip it over. Then, put that off to the side there. You're going to get a black piece of paper. Now with pencil, and I'm going to do this with white crayon so that you can see it better, but I would like for you to use white pencil, or to use pencil, regular pencil. You're going to create the horizon of a city. You're going to do it in this top, like fourth up here. And you can use a pencil, or I mean a ruler. Use a ruler up here. So that you get those nice straight building edges. Then, after you've drawn it out, go ahead and cut it out. Then, with liquid glue, remember, if your glue doesn't breathe, pick its nose. Don't forget to unscrew it. And with liquid glue, you're going to go around and glue all of this. Line it up with the bottom of your page, just like that. Like that. Then with glue stick, you're going to put glue everywhere, and you need to make sure that you get a nice working glue stick. And if your glue stick's not working, if it's totally empty, don't put it back. Just go ahead and throw it away. Put glue stick everywhere, including the sky. And I'm just doing strips like this. Remember, with a glue stick, you just need to have it come up just a little bit like this. Just a little bit. You don't need it to unscrew all of that. Just a little bit. Then you're going to add your atmosphere, or the part that makes it look like it goes off into the distance, and that's this white tissue paper. Line that with the top of your paper, like that. See how that creates that haze there? And then you're going to repeat that step for your middle ground. However, you're going to make sure that your middle ground goes a little bit lower than your background. So see, this is about where the bottom of my background is, right about there. So I'm going to go just a little bit lower. So my buildings are going to be somewhere between here and there. Remember, you have to add a little bit of a space between each building so that it shows that there's two separate buildings. Otherwise, if there's no space, when you cut it out, it won't show that there's a difference between the two buildings. Then cut it out. Then again, now see what happened here is I made this so tall that I can't see this. Now one thing that I can do to fix that real quick, if I wanted to bring it down a little bit, which I think I do, because I kind of made a mistake of making this building too tall, is take your ruler, I can do like that. Then glue. Line it up with the bottom of the page. Then get your glue stick. Glue stick all the way up to the sky. And see how that's happened to my glue stick right there? That means that I've had too much glue stick pulled out, and that was being wasteful. Then get some more of your atmosphere here. Line it with the top of the page, and now you can see that your background looks even further back than your middle ground. Now with the foreground needs to be nice and low. So I'm just going to make a little mark here. I'm just going to do, that's as tall as I'm going to have my foreground be. No taller than this line right here. And these are going to be some nice big buildings, like office buildings or warehouse buildings. And they do all still need to be connected. And you're going to make sure that you flip this over. And before you glue it down, I want you to go ahead and take a white crayon, and you're going to make nice and neatly, you're going to make windows and doors for these buildings in front and other details. And that won't take too long. See, by making these windows here a lot smaller than these windows, it indicates that this is further behind. That didn't really work, did it, for such a big area? It worked okay over here, but that just looks kind of sloppy, so I'm just going to fix that. And it's important to do all of this coloring before you do any kind of gluing, because it is difficult to color on a glued surface. And then once you're done coloring, go ahead and get the glue down and put it right at the bottom of your page. And then you're not going to put any tissue paper over this because that is the foreground, the part that's the most in front. And then you're all done.